The story opens in the depths of space, where alien ships from the Galactic Union patrol the borders of what they call the Dark Zone, human territory that has been marked as forbidden for the past 50 years. Captain Rex leads a small patrol fleet of 3 ships, monitoring the invisible boundary that separates known space from human space. His crew consists of various alien species who have all heard the legends, but never seen proof of human power. The aliens discuss the old stories, how humans appeared in space only 2 centuries ago, how they fought a brief but devastating war with the Galactic Union, and how the peace treaty created the current boundary. Most younger aliens think the stories are exaggerated. They believe humans are just another species that got lucky. Rex receives a distress signal from a merchant vessel that accidentally crossed into human space while avoiding pirates. The ship belongs to Captain Vale, a trader who has been hauling cargo for 30 years. Vale's ship suffered engine damage and drifted across the boundary 3 days ago. When Rex's fleet arrives at the border, they find Vale's ship floating dead in space. There are no signs of battle damage, no energy weapon burns, nothing that suggests violence. The ship simply stopped working. All systems are down, but life support is still running. Rex's team boards the merchant vessel and finds Vale and his crew alive but shaken. Vale explains that shortly after crossing the boundary, a single human ship appeared. It was sleek, black, and unlike anything in the galactic database. The human ship didn't attack or make threats. Instead, a calm voice simply said, "You have entered restricted space. Your ship will be escorted to the boundary. Do not resist." The human ship used some kind of technology that shut down all of Vale's systems except life support. Then it gently pushed the merchant vessel back toward the boundary using invisible force fields. The whole process took less than an hour, and the humans never showed hostility. Vale tells Rex that the human ship was small, probably carrying only a few crew members, yet it completely controlled his much larger vessel without effort. The technology was beyond anything the Galactic Union possessed. Rex examines Vale's ship systems and finds something disturbing. Every electronic component has been somehow marked with human technology. The ship will work normally in Union space, but if it ever crosses into human territory again, it will immediately shut down and send an automatic distress signal to the humans. As Rex's team completes their investigation, long-range sensors detect something approaching from deep in human space. It's moving fast, faster than any known ship in the galaxy. Rex orders his fleet to retreat to safe distance, but he keeps sensors focused on the approaching object. The human ship that emerges is different from the one Vale described. This one is larger, more angular, and seems to absorb light rather than reflect it. It stops exactly at the boundary and hangs motionless in space. Rex tries to establish communication, following standard diplomatic protocols. The human ship responds immediately with perfect translations in multiple galactic languages. "This is Commander Blake of the Human Defense Corps. You are operating near restricted space. State your business." Rex explains about the rescue mission and assures the humans that no hostile intent exists. Commander Blake's response is polite but firm. "We appreciate your assistance to the stranded vessel. However, your continued presence near our borders is noted. Please complete your mission and withdraw." The conversation reveals something unsettling. The humans have been watching Rex's patrol fleet for weeks. They know the names of his crew, the specifications of his ships, and the details of their patrol routes. The humans have intelligence capabilities that penetrate deep into Union space. As Rex's fleet prepares to leave with Vale's rescued vessel, Commander Blake sends a final message. "Captain Rex, please inform your superiors that human space remains off limits to all foreign vessels. We prefer peaceful solutions, but our patience has boundaries." Those who ignore warnings may find themselves on a one-way journey they did not plan. The human ship vanishes, not jumping to hyperspace or flying away, but simply disappearing as if it was never there. Rex's sensors show no trace of departure energy or residual signatures. Rex returns to Union space with more questions than answers. The encounter was peaceful, but it demonstrated human technological superiority in every area. The implications are troubling for Union leadership, who have spent 50 years believing they understood the balance of power in the galaxy. The first part ends with Rex filing his report to Union Command, warning that something has changed in human space. The humans are not just defending their borders. They are watching everything the Union does, and their capabilities have grown far beyond what anyone imagined. 3 weeks after Rex's report, the Galactic Union Council convenes an emergency session on the capital world of Nexus Prime. The council chamber fills with representatives from dozens of alien species, all debating the human situation. Council leader Vex, a towering reptilian being, calls for order as arguments rage across the chamber. Some council members dismiss Rex's report as exaggeration. Others demand immediate military action against human space. A few suggest diplomatic contact to renegotiate the 50-year-old treaty. Admiral Kane, head of Union Fleet Command, presents intelligence gathered over recent months. Several merchant ships have reported similar encounters with human vessels. Each time, the humans displayed technology that seemed impossible. Ships were disabled without weapons fire. Crews were left unharmed, but thoroughly scanned. Most disturbing, every ship that encountered humans was somehow marked and tracked afterward. The Council reviews classified recordings from Rex's encounter. With Commander Blake, experts analyzed the human ship's disappearance, confirming that no known technology could achieve such complete stealth. The humans didn't use cloaking devices. They used something that removed their ship from normal space entirely. Counselor Nix, representing the aggressive Talon species, argues for a show of force. He claims humans are testing Union resolve, will eventually invade unless stopped. His faction demands that a battle fleet cross into human space to demonstrate Union strength. Counselor Lane, speaking for the peaceful healer species, opposes military action. She reminds the Council that the original human war 50 years ago lasted only 6 months but cost the Union 3 million lives. The humans stopped fighting the moment their territorial demands were met, suggesting they wanted isolation, not conquest. The debate reveals a troubling fact. The Union's intelligence network has no agents inside human space. Every attempt to infiltrate human territory in 50 years has failed. Spy ships disappear without trace. Long-range probes are returned to Union space with polite notes attached, warning against further surveillance attempts. Admiral Kane presents his most classified information. 6 months ago, Union scientists detected massive energy signatures from deep inside human space. The readings suggested industrial activity on a scale that defied comprehension. Whatever the humans were building, it required more power than entire Union star systems consumed. The Council examines trade records, discovering that humans conduct no commerce with outside species. They don't import raw materials, food, or manufactured goods. This suggests either complete self-sufficiency or access to resources the Union doesn't understand. During the session, an urgent message arrives from Border Patrol stations. Human ships have been detected moving along the boundary in greater numbers than ever before. They're not crossing into Union space, but they're making their presence obvious for the first time in decades. Council leader Vex realizes this is connected to their current debate. Somehow, the humans know about the emergency session and are sending a message. The timing is too precise to be coincidence. The Council splits into 3 factions. Military hawks led by Counselor Nix want immediate action to test human defenses. Diplomatic doves led by Counselor Lane propose formal contact to update the old treaty. A third group, led by Vex himself, suggests careful observation while strengthening Union defenses. The debate is interrupted by another emergency message. A Union exploration ship called the Wanderer has gone missing near the outer rim, close to but not inside human space. The ship was conducting routine stellar surveys when it vanished 3 days ago. No distress signal was sent. Admiral Kane dispatches a search fleet led by Captain Rex, despite his recent encounter, making him reluctant to operate near human territory again. Rex's orders are specific. Find the Wanderer, but under no circumstances. Cross into human space. The council session ends with a compromise decision that satisfies no one. They authorize Rex's search mission while preparing both diplomatic and military options. However, they also vote to increase border patrols and begin developing new weapon systems, just in case peaceful solutions fail. As the council disperses, Vex receives a private communication on a secure channel that should be impossible for outsiders to access. The message is simple. We know about your debate. We know about your plans. Human space remains off limits. Some boundaries exist for everyone's protection. The message contains no threats, but its implications are terrifying. The humans have penetrated Union security at the highest levels. They're listening to classified discussions and accessing protected communications networks. Vex realizes that the Union has been operating under a dangerous illusion for 50 years. They believed human isolation was a sign of weakness or fear. In reality, the humans have been watching, learning, and preparing for something the Union doesn't yet understand. Captain Rex leads a search fleet of 5 ships toward the coordinates where the Wanderer disappeared. His crew is nervous after their previous encounter with humans, but Rex maintains strict discipline. The missing exploration ship was last seen conducting mineral surveys in an asteroid field near the boundary zone. The search area lies in disputed space, not officially human territory, but close enough that previous incidents have occurred. There, Rex deploys his ships in a careful search pattern, using passive sensors to avoid appearing aggressive to any watching human vessels. Lieutenant Cole, Rex's tactical officer, reports finding debris from the Wanderer scattered across several asteroid clusters. The wreckage shows no signs of weapons damage or explosion. Instead, the ship appears to have been carefully dismantled, its components sorted and arranged in neat piles on various asteroids. Rex's team discovers something unsettling among the debris. The Wanderer's crew quarters are intact but empty. Personal belongings remain undisturbed, suggesting the crew evacuated safely before their ship was taken apart. However, there are no bodies, escape pods, or distress beacons. Further investigation reveals that the Wanderer wasn't just destroyed, it was studied. Human tools have left precise markings on hull sections, indicating detailed analysis of Union construction methods and materials. The ship's computer core is missing, along with all weapon systems and sensor arrays. As Rex examines the wreckage, his sensor operator detects multiple contacts approaching from deep space. The signatures are unlike anything in Union databases. 6 ships moving in perfect formation at impossible speeds. Rex orders his fleet to defensive positions while trying to establish communication. The approaching vessels slow as they near the search area, revealing sleek human designs that seem to bend light around their hulls. The lead ship is larger than the others, probably a command vessel. It broadcasts on standard diplomatic frequencies. This is Captain Muir of the Human Survey Corps. You are investigating the remains of a Union vessel that violated our territorial waters. The crew is safe and will be returned pending verification of their mission parameters. Rex responds carefully, explaining that the Wanderer was conducting routine surveys outside human space according to Union charts. Captain Moore's reply reveals troubling information. human territorial claims extend much further than the Union believed. The asteroid field where Wanderer disappeared is considered human space under their expanded boundaries. The conversation takes an unexpected turn when Captain Moore invites Rex aboard the human command ship for a formal discussion. Union Protocol forbids such meetings without authorization, but Moore points out that Rex's current mission requires understanding what happened to the Wanderer's crew. Against his better judgment, Rex transfers to the human vessel with 2 guards. The human ship's interior defies expectations, clean, efficient, but not threatening. The crew moves with quiet confidence that suggests superior training and technology. Captain Moore leads Rex to a conference room where the Wanderer's crew waits. Unharmed but visibly shaken, Captain Dale of the Wanderer explains that his ship was intercepted by human vessels while surveying what he thought was empty space. The humans were polite but firm in explaining territorial violations. The humans had efficiently dismantled Dale's ship to study Union technology, but they provided comfortable accommodations for his crew during the process. No one was harmed or threatened. However, Dale's crew was subjected to detailed questioning about Union military capabilities, trade routes, and political structure. Rex realizes this wasn't just a territorial incident. It was an intelligence-gathering operation. The humans used the Wanderer's boundary violation as justification for a thorough examination of Union technology and personnel. They learned more about Union capabilities in 3 days than Union spies had learned about humans in 50 years. Captain Moore confirms Rex's suspicions without apology. Human policy requires thorough investigation of any vessel entering their space, regardless of claimed intent. The expanded territorial boundaries were established to provide adequate security buffer zones around human colonies. The meeting reveals that human expansion hasn't stopped since the original treaty. They've been steadily claiming new star systems, building installations, and extending their defensive perimeters. The Union's 50-year-old maps are completely obsolete. Moore offers to return the Wanderer's crew immediately, but the ship itself has been completely analyzed and recycled. He provides detailed documentation of everything taken from the vessel, treating it as a standard bureaucratic procedure rather than an act of war. Before releasing Rex and the survivors, Captain Moore delivers a final message. The original treaty established minimum boundaries. Human space has grown since then. Updated territorial charts will be transmitted to Union authorities within 48 hours. Future violations will result in permanent detention of vessels and crews. Rex returns to his fleet with sobering news. The humans haven't been hiding in isolation. They've been expanding aggressively while maintaining perfect intelligence on Union activities. The balance of power in the galaxy has shifted dramatically, and the Union never realized it was happening. Captain Rex races back to Union space with the survivors of the Wanderer and devastating intelligence about human expansion. His urgent report triggers the largest military mobilization in Union history as leaders realize their 50-year-old assumptions about human capabilities were completely wrong. Admiral Kane convenes an emergency war council aboard the massive dreadnought Titan's Fury, the Union's most powerful warship. Representatives from major military species gather to analyze the human threat and plan potential responses. The mood is grim as they review evidence of human technological superiority. The promised territorial charts arrive exactly 48 hours after Captain Moore's deadline. The new human boundaries encompass nearly 30% more space than the Union knew existed. Hundreds of star systems previously considered empty or unexplored are now marked as established human colonies. Military analysts studying the charts discover a disturbing pattern. Human expansion followed precise strategic logic, claiming systems with rare minerals, strategic locations, and defensive advantages. They didn't expand randomly. They executed a 50-year plan to dominate key resources while avoiding Union attention. Council leader Vex arrives aboard Titan's Fury with classified intelligence gathered by Union spies over recent decades. The pieces of a massive puzzle finally come together, revealing the scope of human preparation for eventual conflict with other species. The humans never intended permanent isolation. Instead, they used the 50-year peace to build an industrial and military infrastructure that dwarfs anything the Union possesses. Energy signatures detected from human space weren't just large-scale construction. They were entire star systems being converted into manufacturing centers. Admiral Kane presents the Union's military options, all of them bad. Direct confrontation with human space would require the entire Union fleet, leaving member worlds defenseless against other threats. Even then, victory against human technology seems unlikely based on demonstrated capabilities. The debate is interrupted by urgent communications from across Union space. Human ships have appeared simultaneously at 12 different border locations, not crossing into Union territory, but making their presence obvious. The coordination required suggests communication capabilities that work faster than known physics allows. Each human fleet broadcasts identical messages in perfect translations of local languages. The Galactic Union will receive formal diplomatic contact within 72 hours. Prepare appropriate representatives for treaty renegotiation. Any military movements toward human space during this period will be considered acts of war. The simultaneous appearance of human forces across thousands of light years of space demonstrates capabilities that terrify Union military leaders. No known species can coordinate operations on such scales with such precision. The humans possess either faster-than-light communication or prediction abilities that approach supernatural levels. Admiral Kane realizes the Union has no choice but to accept human diplomatic demands. Any military response would be suicidal against opponents who clearly understand Union capabilities better than Union leaders understand their own limitations. Council Leader Vex receives another impossible communication on secure channels. This message contains detailed information about the current War Council meeting, including classified discussions that should be known only to people in the room. The humans are demonstrating their intelligence capabilities while offering negotiation. The message outlines human diplomatic proposals, formal recognition of expanded territorial boundaries, establishment of trade protocols under human terms, and Union acceptance of human authority over specified neutral zones. In exchange, humans offer technological assistance and protection from external threats. The final revelation comes when Captain Rex analyzes patrol records from the past year. Human intelligence gathering wasn't limited to border incidents. Union ships throughout their territory have been discreetly scanned, cataloged, and tracked. Every Union vessel, military base, and industrial facility has been mapped and analyzed. The humans know Union fleet dispositions, supply routes, defensive capabilities, and political structures better than Union leadership knows them. They've spent 50 years conducting the most thorough intelligence operation in galactic history while appearing to maintain simple isolation. Admiral Kane faces a terrible decision. The Union can attempt resistance against vastly superior opponents, potentially triggering a war that would destroy galactic civilization. Or they can accept human dominance and hope for benevolent treatment from species that has demonstrated overwhelming technological and strategic advantages. As the War Council debates surrender versus suicidal resistance, long-range sensors detect massive human formations moving toward the galactic core. These aren't invasion fleets. They're moving too slowly and broadcasting peaceful intentions. But their size and coordination suggest military capabilities that make Union forces irrelevant. The humans are coming to dictate terms, and the Union must decide whether to meet them as equals seeking negotiation or as defeated enemies hoping for mercy. the human diplomatic fleet arrives at Nexus Prime exactly 72 hours after their ultimatum, emerging from hyperspace in perfect formation that demonstrates mathematical precision no other species has achieved. 12 massive vessels arrange themselves around the Union capital world, their presence both peaceful and utterly intimidating. Council Leader Vex leads the Union diplomatic team aboard the flagship Harmony, hoping to negotiate from whatever strength remains to the Union. The human vessel's interior reflects technology so advanced it appears almost magical. Walls that show star fields, gravity that adjusts automatically for different species, and air that somehow provides perfect breathing conditions for every alien present. The human delegation is led by Ambassador Stone, a calm woman whose presence suggests both authority and genuine desire for peaceful resolution. Her team includes representatives from various human colonies, revealing that human civilization has grown far more diverse and complex than the Union imagined. Ambassador Stone begins negotiations with startling honesty. She displays holographic maps showing the true extent of human expansion, not just the territory claimed in recent charts, but colonies, installations, and industrial complexes spanning nearly half the galaxy. The Union has been surrounded for decades without realizing it. The revelation explains many mysterious phenomena reported over the years. Strange energy signatures, unexplored systems that seemed oddly disturbed, missing survey expeditions that vanished without trace, all evidence of human activity that Union intelligence failed to recognize. Stone explains human motivations with disturbing clarity. Humanity studied galactic history and found patterns of expansion, conflict, and extinction that repeat across thousands of civilizations. Their 50-year isolation was preparation to break those patterns through overwhelming technological and strategic superiority. The humans present their terms, which are surprisingly moderate considering their position of absolute strength. The Union can maintain internal autonomy over existing territory while accepting human authority over interstellar affairs. Trade, exploration, and military activities outside Union space must receive human approval, but internal governance remains unchanged. Council Leader Vex attempts to negotiate specific terms, but Stone demonstrates human patience and inflexibility. The offered treaty is carefully designed to prevent galactic wars while allowing species to develop naturally within their boundaries. Humans will serve as guardians of galactic peace, but they won't dictate internal policies to member species. The humans reveal their ultimate goal, preparing the galaxy for external threats. Their rapid expansion and technological development were driven by intelligence about hostile forces approaching from outside the galaxy. The Union's petty territorial disputes and military buildup represent dangerous distractions from the real challenges ahead. Stone provides evidence of these external threats. Energy signatures detected from intergalactic space, probe contacts with hostile intelligence, and analysis suggesting invasion forces that dwarf anything seen in galactic history. Human expansion wasn't aggression toward other species, but preparation to defend the entire galaxy. The Union delegation realizes they face a choice between accepting human protection or facing extinction from forces they never knew existed. A human spent 50 years building defensive capabilities while Union species argued over trade routes and border disputes. Vex asks about Union military forces, wondering if they have any role in this new order. Stone assures him that every species will contribute to galactic defense according to their capabilities. However, human technology and coordination will command overall strategy because they alone understand the scope of approaching threats. The negotiations conclude with formal signing of the new Galactic Accord, replacing the 50-year-old treaty with comprehensive agreements that acknowledge human leadership while protecting species autonomy. The Union maintains dignity through carefully worded clauses that describe the arrangement as alliance rather than surrender. As the human diplomatic fleet prepares to depart, Ambassador Stone provides Vex with classified intelligence about external threats. The data is overwhelming. Invasion forces comprising millions of ships, technologies that consume entire star systems, and hostile intelligence that views all galactic life as obstacles to be eliminated. The Union delegation returns to Nexus Prime with mixed emotions. They've lost galactic independence, but gained protection from threats that would have destroyed them. Human dominance seems benevolent, even necessary, when compared to the alternatives. Approaching from dark space, Captain Rex receives new orders integrating Union forces into human defensive networks. His patrol duties expand to include monitoring for external threats while human vessels handle internal security. The transition feels surprisingly natural, as if human planning anticipated every detail. The story concludes with Rex on patrol along the galactic rim, watching for signs of the approaching invasion. Human and Union ships work together with efficiency that suggests decades of preparation. The galaxy has new masters, but perhaps that's what survival required. In the distance, sensors detect the first confirmed contact with external forces. The real test of human leadership is about to begin, and every species in the galaxy depends on humanity's 50 years of preparation proving sufficient against enemies that have consumed countless other galaxies before arriving at theirs.